It started with a storm, not the kind you see on the news, boss, but the quiet kind. The kind that rages in the hearts of those forgotten. 4 children soaked to the bone stood outside a diner window staring in. Their eyes weren't searching for food, they were searching for hope. Inside that diner was Emily, 26 years old, tired from another double shift and barely making ends meet herself. She was wiping down a counter when she saw them, shivering, silent, so small. Something tugged at her heart, something she hadn't felt in years. A memory of cold nights, empty bellies, loneliness. She recognized it because once she had lived it. Without hesitation, Emily walked out the door, a warm plate in one hand and a brave heart in the other. "Hey there, you hungry?" The children didn't speak. They looked at each other, unsure. The oldest girl, maybe 10, stepped forward slowly, her eyes guarded but desperate. "Come on in. Just a little food. No one's gonna hurt you." The children sat inside the warm diner, huddled in a booth. Emily brought them grilled cheese, fries, and 4 glasses of water with colorful paper straws. One child quietly whispered thank you. She didn't know their names or their story, but she saw their pain and chose to answer it with kindness. What Emily didn't know was that someone else had seen everything. Her boss, Mr. Grayson, sitting quietly in the shadows of the last booth, watching, listening, and judging. Mr. Grayson wasn't known for his warmth, widowed, reclusive, a man of few words and even fewer smiles, but tonight something shifted in him. Mr. Grayson stared at a photograph of a young woman, his daughter, in a waitress uniform, smiling brightly. The photo was dusty, untouched. Back in the kitchen, Emily counted her tips and sighed. She knew she had crossed a line. The food she gave away, it was supposed to be accounted for. Her paycheck, already thin, would take the hit, but she didn't regret it, not for a second. "Emily, Mr. Grayson saw what you did. I know. I'll pay for the meals, okay? Just don't send the kids away." Emily was called into Mr. Grayson's office. She walked slowly, unsure of what was about to happen. "Why'd you feed them? Because they needed it. Because I remember what it feels like to be invisible. Because no one helped me when I was their age. And what if I fired you? Then at least I'll know I did the right thing." There was a long pause. Mr. Grayson looked at her. His eyes lingered. Then he reached into his drawer and pulled out an old, faded letter. He placed it in front of her. "My daughter. Her name was Maggie. This was her diner before cancer took her. She used to say, 'Feed the hungry, even if it costs you.' She would have liked you." The next morning, the kids were still asleep in a makeshift area of the diner. Blankets on booth seats. A teddy bear tucked under a child's arm. Emily had stayed up all night with them. Not because she had to, but because no one had done that for her when she needed it most. "I had the upstairs apartment cleaned. It's empty. Until we find them a better place, they can stay." Emily looked up in shock. "And I want you managing this place. Full time. Benefits. Starting today. Why are you doing this? Because kindness like yours saved my daughter once. And maybe it's saving me now too." Days turned to weeks. The kids smiled more. They cleaned tables, helped customers, drew crayon signs that said, "Welcome home." The diner became more than a place to eat. It became a sanctuary. One evening, Mia, the oldest girl, wrote something in a notebook and handed it to Emily. "It's a thank you letter. For everything. You gave us a home. You gave us a future." Emily read it. Tears streamed down her face. And Emily? She finally understood something she'd never believed before. That broken people don't stay broken forever. Sometimes they become healers. 1 year later, a new sign hung outside Maggie's Diner Family Kitchen. Inside, it was full, warm, alive. The 4 kids, thriving, in school, healthy, happy. Emily, no longer a waitress. She was the heart of the diner now. Mr. Grayson, he sat by the window every day, smiling at the laughter that filled the room. Laughter he once thought was gone forever. Emily tucked Max in upstairs. On the wall, a photo of Maggie. A note under it read, Kindness costs nothing, but it changes everything. We live in a world that often rushes by, but sometimes when no one's watching, or when someone secretly is, a single act of compassion can create a miracle. So if you ever wonder whether kindness matters, remember Emily and 4 orphaned children who found a family in a diner.